In this demonstration, we're going to look at configuring cluster automated updating. What this allows is it allows each of the nodes in my cluster to be updated with no downtime to my actual clustered services. And we do this by updating one node at a time. So in order to do this, I'm just going to go onto my LonDC1 machine. I'm just going to log in here as administrator. Now I've logged into this server, what I want to do here is I just want to install the clustering feature. So within Server Manager, all we're going to do is we're just add roles and features. This will then launch us into a wizard. We'll select our next button. Installation type will be role-based or feature-based installation. And what we want to do here is we want to do this for LonDC1. And then what we're going to do is on our server roles, we're just going to select next. And then what we're going to do is install the failover clustering feature. Now that we've done that, we'll add all the additional features. Select our next button. And then select install. Now this is going to go away and install the cluster feature, so at this point we'll just pause the presentation and return back once the installation is complete. So we've now installed the cluster feature, so we'll select close. What we want to do on the two servers that we're going to use the cluster aware updating for is we just need to go to each of those servers and just verify that we do actually have the inbound rule for remote shutdown, RPC enabled and also TCP enabled. So what we'll do is we'll just go to server 4, and as we can see, two rules are indeed enabled. So the next thing to do now is to actually configure our cluster aware updating. So we'll just go back to LonDC1. We'll just go to our tools, and what we're going to do here is we're just going to come down to our cluster aware updating. We just need to connect through to a cluster. So the only cluster we have is cluster 1, which we created in an earlier demo. So at this point here, what we'll do is we'll select connect. And then what we'll do is we'll just preview the updates for this cluster. So this is now just going to go away, do our preview updates. So as it says up the top here, see the updates that would currently be applied for each node. Click the generate update button, preview list. So we will indeed do that. This is now going to go away and generate our update preview list. Now this is going to take a little while just for this to complete. So at this point here, what we'll do is we'll just pause the presentation and return back once the list is complete. So as we can see, it's come back with a list of updates. What we're going to do here is we're just going to click the close button. Next thing we need to do here is we just need to apply these updates to this cluster. That'll bring us into a wizard. So at this point here we'll select next. Then just on the advanced options button, verify everything's in place. We're not going to bother modifying anything. And at this point we'll just select next. On the additional update options here, as you can see, I could turn on the tick box here to give me recommended updates in the same way that I receive important updates. Again, I'm not going to bother turning on that tick box and select next. Then just on my confirmation page, we'll just have a quick look through. We're happy with everything, so the next thing to do here is just select update. So as we can see now, cluster updating has started. When we close the wizard, we can view the progress on the updating run in the main console. So at this point here, we'll just select close. And then what we can see is we can see that the updates are indeed starting. Now this is going to take a little while because what happens at this point here, one of the nodes will go into a waiting state while the other node is being updated. So this will require possibly a couple of restarts on each of the servers. So what we'll do at this point here is we'll just pause the presentation and return back once the updates are complete. As we can see now, this has been going for about 15 minutes and we've come back now and we've got both of our servers have succeeded in doing their updates. One of the other things we can do here is we can actually set up our servers to do self-updating as well. So what we'll do at this point here is we'll just go to LonServe 3. And on Serve 3 here, we'll just log in as administrator. So we can see indeed that it has done restart. Then what we'll do is we'll come into Server Manager and we'll just launch up our cluster aware updating utility. So we'll come to our tools, and then on our tools what we'll do is we'll go to the cluster aware updating utility. We'll connect through to our cluster. Then what we'll do is come to Configure Cluster Self-Updating Options. And at this point we'll select Next. Add the clustered role. What we'll do at this point here is we will click the Add the CAU clustered role with self-updating mode enabled to this cluster. We'll select Next. Then in the case of the self-updating schedule here, what we'll do is we'll specify that we'll do this weekly. We'll start a day. We'll start at, let's say, 4 AM in the morning. And then let's go for Sunday. And this will occur every 1 week, and select Next. On the advanced options here, we're not going to bother changing any of these defaults, and select Next. On the additional update options, we'll select Next. And then we'll select Apply. And as we can see, it's now adding the CAU clustered role with self-updating enabled. Now complete, so we'll select Close, and that's the end of this demonstration of enabling and modifying and managing the cluster aware update service. Thank you.